Hi, my friend. Welcome back to Super English Talks, where we learn English not from textbooks, but from real-life stories, spoken slowly, clearly, and with feeling. Today, I want to take you on a small journey. It's the story of a person, maybe someone like you, who moves into a new apartment. It's a simple story, but full of emotions, sounds, and small English expressions that you can use every day. So, get comfortable. Close your eyes if you want. And imagine this. It's early morning, a soft golden light comes through the window, and you're standing in a room full of boxes. The floor is cold under your feet. The air smells like new paint and a little bit of dust. You look around and think, wow, this is my new home. Your voice echoes in the empty space. No furniture yet. Just a few cardboard boxes, a small suitcase, and a cup of coffee on the windowsill. You whisper to yourself, okay, this is it. You smile, but also feel nervous. Because moving to a new place is not just about boxes and rooms. It's about starting again. As you walk slowly through the apartment, you notice small things. The sound of traffic outside. A neighbor's TV through the thin wall. The floor creaking under your steps. You say quietly, maybe I'll need a carpet. And you laugh a little. Then, suddenly, you hear a knock on the door. Knock, knock. You freeze. Who could that be? You haven't even met anyone yet. You open the door slowly, and there she is, a woman in her 50s, holding a plate of cookies. She smiles warmly and says, hello. I'm your neighbor from apartment 3B. Welcome to the building. You smile back and say slowly, oh, thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Her name is Mrs. Green, and she starts talking, slowly but kindly. You try to understand every word. She says things like, it's a quiet building most of the time, except for the kids upstairs. And you nod, laughing, even though you're still trying to catch her accent. As you listen, you realize something important. Moving to a new home is not just about a new space. It's about new people, new sounds, and new words you'll hear every day. This is how real English begins, not from grammar books, but from small moments like this. When someone smiles at you in the hallway. When you ask, excuse me, where's the trash room? Or when you hear your neighbor say, have a nice day. So in this story, I'll take you through every part of this move, from packing boxes to meeting neighbors, from learning small talk to describing your home, from feeling alone to feeling at home. You'll not only hear the story, but you'll feel it like you're living inside it. Because the best way to learn English is to live it, even if just in your mind. Let's go back to our story. You invite Mrs. Green inside for a minute. She looks around and says, oh, it looks nice here. A bit empty, but it'll feel cozy soon. You laugh. Yes, I hope so. I just moved in yesterday. She says, well, if you need anything, my door is always open. You say, thank you, that means a lot. And that small conversation, that short, warm talk, makes you feel better. You don't feel so alone anymore. After she leaves, you look around again. You open your first box. Inside, there's your favorite mug, a photo frame, and a small plant that somehow survived the move. You place them carefully on the table. The apartment already feels a little more like home. You take a deep breath and say, okay, time to unpack. And while you unpack, you speak softly to yourself in English. This is my new kitchen. The fridge goes here. The sofa will be there. I hope the internet works. That's right, speaking to yourself in English can help you practice naturally. You don't need someone else all the time. Just describe what you're doing, what you see, and how you feel. Say things like, I'm unpacking my clothes. I'm looking for my coffee maker. I'm too tired to cook tonight. Simple, real sentences, the kind people say every day. This is real English practice. Later that night, after many boxes and tired arms, you lie down on the floor with a blanket. The lights are off, and the city outside hums quietly. You hear soft music from the neighbor's window, a car passing, a dog barking far away. You think, this is different, but it's good. You smile. A new chapter has begun. Tomorrow, you'll meet more people. You'll go out to find a grocery store. Maybe you'll ask someone, "Excuse me, where can I buy bread around here?" And each of these small moments will bring you closer to feeling at home, not just in your apartment, but in your new life and in your English. The morning light slowly fills the room. You open your eyes, still sleepy, still surrounded by half-open boxes. The air smells like coffee and something new, maybe hope. It's your first real morning in your new apartment. You stretch, smile, and whisper, "Good morning, home." The words sound nice. You've said good morning many times before, but this time, it feels special. You walk to the window and look outside. You can see people walking, cars passing, a small park across the street. You hear someone calling, "Come on, hurry up." A dog barking. A bus engine starting. Life. The sound of a neighborhood waking up. You take a sip of coffee and think, "I should go out and explore." Outside, the air feels cool. The street is full of colors, a bakery with the smell of fresh bread, a flower shop, a small grocery store with fruits in baskets. You walk slowly, looking at everything. You want to know where to buy food, where to find the bus stop, and maybe where to meet friendly people. But you're also thinking in English, quietly, inside your mind. You say to yourself, "This is my street." There is a bakery on the corner. The supermarket is next to the pharmacy. The park is across the road. You smile because you're not just walking, you're learning. You're living inside English. As you turn the corner, you see a small bakery. The smell makes your stomach growl. You step inside. "Good morning," the woman behind the counter says. "Good morning," you reply, smiling shyly. "What can I get for you?" she asks. You pause for a second, thinking about the words. Then you say slowly, "One croissant and a cup of coffee, please." She smiles. "Sure. Would you like milk or sugar?" "Just a little milk, please." You pay, take your food, and sit near the window. It feels nice, warm, simple, peaceful. You listen to the people around you. A man says, "I'll take 2 loaves of bread, please." A woman says, "Do you have any gluten-free options?" Another person says, "Thank you. Have a nice day." Every sound is a small English lesson. You repeat quietly, "Have a nice day. Have a nice day." You smile again. It feels like you're not just eating breakfast, you're slowly joining the rhythm of life around you. When you finish your coffee, you walk out again. The street feels a little more familiar now. You look around and start describing things in your mind, like a small child learning the world again. This is a bookshop. There's a bank across the street. There's a bus stop in front of the park. The cafe is next to the flower shop. Each sentence is like a key, a way to open new doors in your English. After a while, you reach a park. Children are playing, an old man is feeding birds, and a woman is jogging slowly with her headphones. You sit on a bench. The wind is soft, and the sky is clear. You take a deep breath and think, maybe this is home now. Then, a friendly voice says, "Nice weather, isn't it?" You turn and see a man in his 30s, smiling. He's walking his dog, a small brown one with big eyes. "Yes, it is," you say. "It's a beautiful day." He nods. "Do you live around here?" "Yes, I just moved in. Yesterday." "Oh, welcome. I'm Tom. I live in the next building." You shake hands. "Nice to meet you, Tom." "I'm Alex." "Nice to meet you too, Alex." "How do you like the neighborhood so far?" "It's nice. Peaceful." "I like the park." "Yeah, it's great. There's also a market every Sunday just behind the library. You should check it out." You smile. "Thank you. I will." He waves and walks away with his dog, saying, "See you around." You wave back. "See you." That short conversation makes you feel something inside, a small warmth, a soft joy. It wasn't a big talk, but it mattered. You spoke English. You understood. You connected. And that's what learning English in real life feels like. It's not about perfect grammar. It's about using simple words to share small moments. Nice weather. See you around. Have a nice day. These little lines build your confidence, one at a time. As you walk back home, you practice softly to yourself. There's a market behind the library. There's a park near my apartment. I met my neighbor, Tom. I like this place. Every line helps you remember the structure. There is slash there are to describe your world. You whisper, there is a new cafe near the bus stop. There are many flowers in the park. There is a small grocery store on my street. You smile. You're not just learning, you're living the language. Later, you return to your apartment. It already feels different, warmer, more alive. You put your bag down, sit by the window, and look outside. You think, I talked to people today. I learned something new. I didn't feel afraid. And slowly, you start to understand something deeper. When you move to a new place, it takes time. But every word, every smile, every small hello helps you belong. You take your notebook and write. Today I met Tom. He has a dog. I went to the bakery. I bought a croissant and coffee. The park is near my home. I like my new neighborhood. Writing what you see and hear, that's a beautiful way to practice English. You write slowly, saying each word aloud, feeling the rhythm of your voice. It feels good. It feels real. Outside, the sun begins to set. You close your notebook, smile, and whisper, tomorrow I'll explore more. And as the light fades, you realize. You didn't just walk through streets today, you walked through sentences, emotions, and small human connections. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. The next morning begins quietly. Alex wakes up to the sound of rain tapping on the window. The sky is gray and the apartment feels a little cold. He stands in the kitchen, holding a mug of warm coffee, and looks outside. It's peaceful, soft rain, empty street, people walking fast with umbrellas. He smiles. But then, something strange happens. The light in the kitchen flickers once, twice, and then click. The power goes out. Oh no, he says softly. He tries the switch. Nothing. The room is quiet now, too quiet. The refrigerator stops humming. The Wi-Fi router light goes off. He sighs. Really? On my third day. He looks at his phone. The battery is low. He needs help, but who should he ask? He doesn't know many people yet. Then he remembers Mrs. Green, the kind neighbor with cookies. Maybe she knows what to do. He takes a deep breath, puts on a jacket, and walks into the hallway. He stops in front of her door. Knock, knock. A moment later, Mrs. Green opens the door, smiling. Oh, hello again. How are you settling in? Alex smiles politely. Hi, Mrs. Green. Sorry to bother you, but I think my electricity just went off. Do you know if it's the same for everyone? She nods. Oh yes, dear. It's a small power cut. It happens sometimes when it rains. Don't worry, it'll come back soon. Oh, thank you, he says, feeling relieved. She adds, if you want, you can come over for a cup of tea while you wait. He smiles. That's very kind. Thank you. Inside her apartment, it feels warm and cozy. The smell of tea fills the room. A small lamp runs on battery power. They sit near the window, listening to the rain. She says, so, how do you like your new place so far? Alex smiles. It's nice. Still a bit empty, but I'm getting used to it. That's good. It always takes a little time to feel at home, she says kindly. He nods. I'm still learning my way around. I found the bakery, the park, and a grocery store. Everyone's been very friendly. She smiles proudly. That's wonderful. This neighborhood is quite friendly. You'll see people help each other here. As they talk, Alex listens carefully. He notices her pronunciation, her tone, her natural rhythm. It's soft, warm, clear. He thinks to himself, this is the best kind of listening practice, real-life conversation. Mrs. Green continues, by the way, if you ever need help with your mail, deliveries, or anything, just ask me or the building manager, Mr. Patel. Alex repeats softly, Mr. Patel. Okay. Thank you, I'll remember that. After a few minutes, the lights come back on. The apartment glows softly again. They both smile. Oh, that was fast, says Mrs. Green. Yes, thank goodness, says Alex. He stands and says, thank you for the tea. You're very kind. She nods. Anytime, dear. Don't be afraid to ask for help. That's what neighbors are for. Alex smiles. I will. See you soon. See you, she says cheerfully as he leaves. Back in his apartment, Alex feels grateful. He speaks quietly to himself. That was nice. It's good to have kind neighbors. He walks around, turning on the lights, checking the plugs. Everything works again. He sits down with his notebook and writes. Today the power went out. I asked my neighbor for help. She was kind and invited me for tea. I learned how to ask politely. Let's pause for a moment and learn with Alex. Here are some useful ways to ask for help politely in English. You can say, excuse me, could you help me for a moment? I'm sorry to bother you, but I have a small problem. Do you know how to fix this? I think something isn't working. Do you know who I should call? Would you mind helping me? Each of these sounds soft and polite. And remember, the tone matters as much as the words. Smile. Speak slowly. That's the true sound of kindness in English. A few days later, Alex faces another challenge. A package is supposed to arrive, but the delivery man can't find his apartment. His phone rings. Hello. Hi, this is the delivery service. I'm at the main gate, but I can't find apartment 3A. Oh, okay, I'll come down to meet you. He grabs his keys and hurries down the stairs. At the entrance, he sees a man with a box. Are you Mr. Alex? The man asks. Yes, that's me. He signs the paper, takes the box, and says, thank you very much. The delivery man smiles, you're welcome. Have a good day. On his way back up, Alex meets another neighbor, a young woman holding a laundry basket. She smiles, hi, new guy. How's the apartment? He laughs. Oh, hi. It's great, just trying to unpack everything. She nods, I know that feeling. I moved in last year. If you need tools or help, just knock. That's very nice of you. Thank you, he says. They both smile, and she walks off down the hall. Back inside, Alex looks at the box and laughs. Moving means meeting, he says softly. Every little problem brings a new person. He sits on the floor and opens the box, his small lamp, a few books, and his favorite blanket. He feels a warm sense of comfort. He says quietly, today I asked for help. I spoke to new people. I didn't feel nervous. That's progress, the invisible kind. The kind that builds confidence, one simple sentence at a time. Now, let's slow down and practice a few natural expressions that came from today's story. Repeat them softly after me or in your mind. Could you help me for a moment? I'm sorry to bother you. Thank you, that's very kind. The power went out. It'll come back soon. See you around. I just moved in. If you need anything, let me know. These short lines, when said with feeling, create connection. And connection is the heart of every language. That night, as Alex turns off the light and lies in bed, he feels something new, peace. The apartment doesn't feel strange anymore. It feels alive, full of sounds, stories, and friendly voices. He whispers, "Good night, home." And as he falls asleep, he smiles, thinking, I'm learning more than English. I'm learning how to belong. The morning sun shines through the half-open curtains. Dust dances in the light like tiny stars. Alex sits on the floor surrounded by boxes, tape, and books. A soft breeze moves through the open window. Today's plan is simple. Make this place feel like home. He looks around and whispers to himself, okay, where do I start? He takes a deep breath and begins. The living room still looks empty. A few boxes in one corner, a lamp on the floor, and a sofa waiting to be unwrapped. He walks slowly, imagining the room in his mind. This corner will be for reading, he says softly. He points. The sofa goes here. Maybe a small table next to it. He moves to another side. The TV can go here. And a rug in the middle. Yes, that will look nice. He smiles, feeling excited. Talking out loud helps him think, and it helps him practice English. He says, "This is my living room. It's small, but bright. I like the sunlight in the morning." Then he repeats slowly, clearly. There is a sofa. There is a lamp. There are two small tables. He pauses and says again, there is a big window in my living room. I can see the park from here. That's real English practice, describing what you see around you. Simple words. Natural rhythm. Everyday life. He opens another box, books, photos, and a small clock. He places a picture of his parents on the shelf and smiles. I feel better already, he says quietly. Then he laughs. Now it really feels like my place. He moves to the kitchen. The counter is full of plates, cups, and utensils. He starts arranging them. This is my kitchen, he says aloud. There is a small fridge. There is a stove. There are two shelves. He opens the cupboard. There are some plates. There are 3 cups. He practices as he works. I cook breakfast here. I make coffee every morning. I wash the dishes after lunch. It sounds simple, but it feels alive. Every action has a rhythm. That's the sound of daily life in English. While washing the dishes, Alex hears a knock at the door. Knock, knock. He wipes his hands and opens it. It's Tom, the neighbor with the dog. Hey, Alex. How's it going? Hey, Tom. Good, just trying to make the place look nice. Tom laughs. I've been there. Need a hand? Oh, thanks, but I think I can manage. I'm almost done. Tom looks around and says, wow, looks better already. You've got a nice view. Yeah, Alex says proudly, I love the light in the morning. Tom nods. That's the best part. I'm on the other side, so I only get sunlight in the afternoon. Alex laughs. Then you can come over for morning coffee anytime. Deal, says Tom. They both laugh. It's easy, friendly, the kind of talk that makes a place feel alive. When Tom leaves, Alex makes a sandwich and sits on the floor with his lunch. He looks around at the half-finished room and says softly, it's not perfect yet, but it's home. He repeats slowly, this is my home. This is my kitchen. This is my living room. This is my window. And then, with a small smile, this is my life. In the afternoon, he decides to work on the bedroom. He carries a box and opens it. Inside are his bed sheets, some clothes, and a small lamp. He puts the bed sheet on the bed, fluffs the pillows, and opens the curtains. Sunlight fills the room. He says quietly, this is my bedroom. There is a bed. There is a lamp next to the bed. There is a closet. He opens the closet. There are some shirts. There are some jackets. There are my shoes. Then he repeats with feeling, I like my bedroom. It's simple, clean, and comfortable. He sits on the bed and laughs. And I hope it stays clean. Later, he walks to the bathroom to check if everything works. He looks around and describes what he sees. There is a mirror above the sink. There is a shower on the left. There are towels on the shelf. He laughs again. Okay, everything's fine here. He takes a small notebook and writes. My living room is bright. There is a sofa and a big window. My kitchen is small but nice. I cook every morning. My bedroom is simple and clean. There is a big bed and a small lamp. That's how real fluency grows, by talking about your world, not someone else's. As evening falls, Alex lights a small candle on the table. He plays soft music and sits on the sofa with his notebook. He looks around and smiles. The apartment feels warm, cozy, alive. He whispers, "I made this place mine." And then, softly, he begins to reflect. When I first came here, it was just an empty space. Now, it feels like a story, my story. He looks at the candlelight and continues. In English, the word home means more than a place. It means comfort, peace, love, and belonging. He says it again slowly, as if teaching himself, a house is a place. A home is a feeling. He closes his notebook and leans back. Outside, the city lights sparkle through the window. He hears laughter from the street, the sound of rain starting again, and the gentle hum of life all around. He smiles and whispers one more line. "Good night, home. You're learning to speak to me." Now, let's take a few moments to practice what Alex learned today, how to describe your home in natural English. Repeat these lines after me, or in your mind. There is a sofa in my living room. There are 2 chairs near the window. There is a big bed in my bedroom. There are some books on the shelf. My kitchen is small but cozy. I cook breakfast every morning. I like my home. It feels warm and comfortable. Each line is simple, but together, they help you sound natural and confident when you talk about your home in English. The alarm rings softly. Beep, beep, beep. Alex opens his eyes slowly. It's Monday, his first week in the new apartment. He lies still for a few seconds, feeling the cool air and listening to the quiet rhythm of the morning. He smiles and says softly, "Good morning, new week." He stretches, gets out of bed, and opens the curtains. Golden sunlight fills the room. Outside, people are already moving: cars, bicycles, footsteps, life. He takes a deep breath and says, "Time to start my day." Morning routine. He walks into the bathroom, turns on the water, and says softly, "I brush my teeth every morning." He laughs to himself. It sounds like something from a textbook, but now it feels real. He looks in the mirror. "Good morning, Alex," he says with a smile. He makes coffee in the kitchen and prepares breakfast: 2 slices of bread, 1 boiled egg, and a small apple. As he eats, he talks to himself quietly. "I usually have a simple breakfast. I drink coffee with milk. I eat quickly because I start work at 9. He writes in his notebook. Wake up, brush teeth, make coffee, eat breakfast, start work at 9. He's not just writing, he's building a rhythm, a pattern of life. And in every sentence, English becomes a little more natural. After breakfast, he cleans the table. He looks around the kitchen and says aloud, "I wash the dishes every morning. I clean the counter. I open the window for fresh air." He opens the window and listens: birds singing, children laughing in the distance. He feels calm. Then he checks his phone, a message from Tom. "Tom, hey, there's a new cafe near the park. Want to check it out this afternoon?" Alex smiles. He types back, "Sure. Sounds great. See you at 3. At work, small English moments. Alex works from home, typing quietly on his laptop. The clock ticks softly. He enjoys the quiet, but sometimes he misses hearing voices around him. When the internet lags for a second, he says, "Oh no, not again." Then he laughs at himself. Even small problems feel lighter when you talk to them. He takes a break at noon, stands by the window, and describes what he sees. There is a big tree outside. There are people walking with umbrellas. There is a small shop on the corner. He smiles. "I like this view." He realizes something. The more he describes life in English, the more alive it feels. Afternoon, a walk to the cafe. At 3 o'clock, Alex puts on his jacket and walks to the park. The sun is warm, the air is soft. He sees Tom waving from the other side of the street. Hey, Alex. Hey, Tom. Nice day, huh? Yeah, perfect for coffee. They walk together to the cafe, a small place with wooden chairs, hanging lights, and the smell of roasted beans. Wow, this place looks cozy, says Alex. Tom nods. Yeah, it just opened last week. The owner is really friendly. A young woman behind the counter smiles. Hi, welcome. What can I get for you? Alex says, a cappuccino, please. Tom says, I'll have an espresso. The woman nods. Coming right up. They sit near the window. Outside, leaves move gently in the wind. Tom says, so, how's life in the new apartment? Alex smiles. It's good. I finally unpacked everything. It feels like home now. Tom grins. That's great. It takes time, right? Yeah, Alex says, but little by little, I'm getting used to it. Their drinks arrive. The smell of coffee fills the air. Alex takes a sip and says, wow, this is good. Tom laughs. Told you. They talk for a while, about work, about the neighborhood, about small things that don't really matter, but somehow feel important. Alex feels relaxed. He's speaking naturally, without thinking too much. He says words like, I like this place. It's quiet, but friendly. I go for a walk every evening. I work from home most days. He's not studying English now, he's living it. Evening, a small surprise. When they leave the cafe, the sky is already turning pink. They walk through the park. Children are playing, and the smell of flowers fills the air. Suddenly, Tom stops and says, oh wait, have you met the old man who paints near the fountain? Alex shakes his head. No, who is he? You'll see. He's always there. They walk closer, and yes, there's an old man sitting by the fountain with a small easel, painting the park. His gray hair moves in the wind. He looks peaceful, focused. Tom says, hey, Mr. Lewis. The man turns and smiles. Hello, boys. How are you today? Tom says, good. This is my friend Alex. He just moved here. Mr. Lewis smiles warmly. Welcome, young man. I hope you like our little neighborhood. Alex smiles back. Thank you. It's very nice. Mr. Lewis nods. Good, good. You know, this park changes every season. The light, the colors, the people, everything changes, but it's always beautiful. Alex listens carefully. His voice is slow, kind, musical. He replies softly, that's true. It's beautiful right now. Mr. Lewis smiles. You notice details. That's good. A home is not just a place to live. It's a place to see beauty every day. Those words stay in Alex's heart. He thanks him and walks back home with Tom, the colors of sunset painting the sky. Night, reflection and practice. Back home, Alex writes in his notebook. Today I met Tom at the cafe. We drank coffee and talked about life. I met Mr. Lewis in the park. He paints every day. He said home is where you see beauty. He reads his sentences aloud. I go to the cafe in the afternoon. I meet my friend Tom. I talk about my day. I go for a walk in the park. I like my new neighborhood. Each line feels clear and true. He repeats them softly, like a melody. Then he adds one more. Every day, I learn something small. Every day, I feel more at home. Alex sits by the window, watching the rain fall again. Tiny drops roll down the glass. He smiles and whispers, today was simple, but perfect. He thinks about Mr. Lewis's words, home is where you see beauty every day. And suddenly, he realizes, he's not just learning English, he's learning to notice life. He closes his notebook, turns off the light, and says softly, good night, world. See you tomorrow. Mini practice time for the viewer. Repeat these simple daily expressions with me. I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth every morning. I drink coffee before work. I work from home. I go for a walk in the evening. I meet my friend at the cafe. I go to bed at 10. Every day, I learn something new. Use them slowly, clearly, with feeling, because when English feels natural, it becomes part of you. It's early morning again. Alex opens his eyes slowly and stretches. Another new day in his new home. But today, something feels different. He walks to the kitchen, turns on the light, click, nothing. He tries again. Click. Still nothing. He frowns. Oh no, the light doesn't work. He sighs, laughs softly, and says, "Welcome to apartment life." The broken light. He looks around, thinking what to do. He says softly to himself, "Maybe the bulb is broken." He finds a small chair, climbs up carefully, and checks the light. Yeah, the bulb looks old. He takes it out slowly and holds it in his hand. Then he smiles. Okay, time to buy a new one. He writes a note. To do, buy a new light bulb today. Before leaving, he looks in the mirror and says, "Okay, Alex. Stay calm. This is just a small problem." He laughs. Sometimes talking to yourself in English helps you stay positive. At the small hardware shop on the corner, he greets the shopkeeper. "Good morning." The man smiles. "Good morning. How can I help you?" Alex shows the bulb. "I need a new one, please." "Sure, same size." "Yes, please." "Same size." The shopkeeper nods. "No problem." He finds the right one and puts it in a paper bag. Alex says, "Thank you very much." The man smiles. "You're welcome. Have a good day." Alex walks back home, feeling proud. He fixed a problem and practiced polite English at the same time. The noise upstairs. That evening, after dinner, Alex sits on the sofa with a book. The apartment is quiet, peaceful, but suddenly thump, thump, thump. A loud noise from upstairs. He looks up. It sounds like someone is moving furniture. He waits for a minute.
Thump, drag, bang.
He sighs and says softly, "Oh no, not again." He listens carefully, wondering what to do. He doesn't want to be rude. He remembers, in English, you can speak politely, even when something bothers you. So he decides to go upstairs and talk.
He knocks gently.
Knock, knock, knock. The door opens. A young woman smiles nervously. "Hi, can I help you?" Alex smiles kindly. "Hi, I live downstairs. I think there's some noise from your apartment. Maybe you're moving something?"
Oh, I'm so sorry.
"I didn't realize it was loud." "Oh, no problem," Alex says. "It's okay. I just wanted to check. It's quite late, so maybe tomorrow is better?" She nods quickly. Yes, of course.
I'm sorry.
Thank you for telling me." Alex smiles. "No worries at all. Have a good night." As he walks downstairs, he feels light. He didn't get angry. He didn't sound rude. He solved a small problem, politely. Missing mail. The next morning, Alex checks his mailbox. He sees one letter, but it's not for him. It says apartment 4B. He looks around and says, that's not mine. He decides to take it to the right door. He walks up the stairs, knocks gently, and a woman opens the door. "Good morning," Alex says with a smile. "I think this letter is for you." She looks surprised.
Oh.
"Thank you so much. I was waiting for this." Alex smiles. "No problem. It was in my box by mistake." She nods. "That happens sometimes. Thanks again." Alex waves. "You're welcome. Have a nice day." As he walks away, he feels something small but important, connection. Polite English opens doors. Literally, a small lesson. Later that day, Alex sits by the window with a cup of tea. He looks outside, people walking, cars passing, life moving quietly. He thinks about the last 2 days. He whispers softly, "Problems are small, but how you talk about them matters." He writes in his notebook, "Be polite. Stay calm. Use kind words." Then he adds examples. "Excuse me, there's a small problem. I think something is not working. Could you please help me? I'm sorry to bother you." "No problem. Thank you for understanding." He reads them aloud, slowly, with emotion, like a friend speaking to a friend. Then he repeats softly, "Politeness is not only good English, it's good life." Evening reflection. English in real life. That evening, Alex goes for a short walk. The street lights glow softly. He passes the park and sees Mr. Lewis again, painting under the lamp. "Good evening, Mr. Lewis."
Ah, Alex.
"Out for a walk?" "Yes, just a short one." Mr. Lewis smiles.
Good.
"Walking helps you think, doesn't it?" Alex nods.
Yes.
"Today, I learned that small problems can teach big lessons." Mr. Lewis laughs softly. "That's true. Every little trouble is a chance to practice patience." Alex smiles. "And practice English, too." Mr. Lewis chuckles. That's even better." They both laugh quietly. Home again. Back home. Alex turns on the new light. The warm glow fills the room. He smiles and says softly, "Perfect. Everything is working again." He sits down, opens his notebook, and writes, "Today I fixed a light, talked to a neighbor, and helped someone with their mail. Every problem was a chance to use English. When I stay calm and kind, everything feels easy." He closes the notebook and whispers, "Good job, Alex." Then he looks at the window again. Lights in other apartments, soft sounds of people talking, life going on.
He feels part of it now.
Part of the building, part of the neighborhood, part of the language. He smiles and says softly, "This place really feels like home." Mini practice for the viewer. Repeat after me. Polite English for small problems. "Excuse me, there's a problem with the light. Could you please help me? I'm sorry to bother you." "No problem. Take your time." "Thank you for understanding." "It's okay, don't worry. I appreciate your help." Now say this softly. "When I speak politely, people listen kindly." The next morning, sunlight touches the curtains again. Alex wakes up slowly, stretches, and whispers, "Good morning, new day." He feels light, peaceful. The new light bulb glows softly. The small plant on his table looks healthy. And the apartment finally feels like home. He smiles. Time to go out and explore a little. The corner shop. Downstairs, there's a small grocery shop. The kind of place where everyone knows each other. The bell rings when you open the door, ding. "Good morning," the shopkeeper says with a bright smile. "Good morning," Alex replies politely. He walks slowly through the aisles, looking at the vegetables, the bread, the fruit. He picks up a basket and says softly, "I need some eggs, some milk, and maybe a banana." The shopkeeper says, "Fresh milk is in the back, near the fridge." "Thank you," says Alex. He adds the milk, a loaf of bread, and 2 apples. At the counter, the shopkeeper smiles. "Do you live nearby?" Alex nods. "Yes, I just moved in last month." "Oh, welcome. This is a quiet neighborhood. People are friendly here." Alex smiles. "Yes, I noticed that. It feels nice." The man says, "Good. If you ever need anything, just come by." Alex smiles again. "Thank you so much. Have a nice day." "You too." Meeting neighbors. Outside the shop, Alex sees a woman watering plants near the building door. She smiles when she sees him. "Hello. You must be the new neighbor." Alex smiles back. "Yes, I'm Alex. I live on the second floor. Oh, nice to meet you. I'm Mrs. Carter. I live downstairs. She offers a warm smile, the kind that makes you feel safe. She says, if you ever need help, just knock on my door. Alex laughs softly. Thank you. I really appreciate that. She looks at his grocery bag and says, I see you found Mr. Patel's shop. He's very kind, isn't he? Yes, Alex says. He helped me find fresh milk. Mrs. Carter chuckles. He always does. He's the heart of the street. They both laugh. A short, friendly talk, simple, but full of warmth. Alex walks away thinking, every small conversation makes me feel more connected. The park event. A few days later, Alex sees a flyer on the building notice board. It says, Community Picnic, Sunday, 10 a.m. Everyone welcome. He smiles. A picnic. Music, food, people. It sounds simple, but exciting. Sunday arrives. The sky is blue, the air is fresh. Alex walks to the park carrying a small basket, sandwiches, apples, and a bottle of water. He sees a group of people setting up tables. Children are running, music is playing softly. He takes a deep breath and smiles. Okay, let's join. A man waves at him. Hey there. You must be new. Alex laughs. Yes, I am. I live in the building near the cafe. Oh, nice. I'm Ben. I organize these small events. Nice to meet you, Ben. Ben grins. Glad you came. Come on, we're just getting started. Small talk, big connection. They sit on the grass, eating sandwiches and drinking juice. Ben introduces Alex to others. This is Alex. He just moved here. People smile and wave. Welcome. A young woman says, how do you like the neighborhood so far? Alex smiles. I love it. It's quiet but friendly. That's true, she says. Everyone here looks out for each other. A child runs past, laughing loudly. Alex watches and smiles. He says softly, it feels alive here. Another man asks, where did you move from? From the other side of the city, Alex replies. Oh, that's quite a change. Alex nods. Yes, but I wanted something peaceful. The man smiles. You found the right place. Their voices mix with laughter and soft music. Alex feels something he hasn't felt in a long time, belonging. Helping out. Later in the afternoon, one of the picnic tables wobbles. A leg is loose. Alex kneels down and says, I can fix that. Ben laughs. Really? That would be great. Alex finds a small screwdriver and tightens the screws. There, he says. All good now. Everyone claps jokingly. Our local hero. Alex laughs and says, just doing my part. Ben smiles. You fit in perfectly already. A short walk home. When the picnic ends, the sun is low in the sky. The light is golden. Alex walks home slowly, carrying his empty basket and a full heart. He passes Mr. Lewis, painting again by the fountain. Ah, Alex, says Mr. Lewis with a smile. Out enjoying the day? Yes, I went to the community picnic. It was wonderful. Mr. Lewis nods. Good. Meeting people is the best way to feel at home. Alex smiles softly. You're right. Home is not only walls, it's people too. Mr. Lewis nods gently. Exactly. A true home has warm hearts. Evening reflection. That night, Alex writes in his notebook. Today, I went to a community picnic. I met new friends. We talked, laughed, and shared food. I feel like part of this place now. He pauses, smiles, and adds another line. When you speak kindly, people listen kindly. He reads his sentences aloud slowly, practicing the natural rhythm of spoken English. I went to the park. I met my neighbors. We talked about life. I helped fix a table. I had a great time. He repeats them softly, like a quiet song. It's a quiet evening. Alex is sitting by the window, reading a book. The room is peaceful. Outside, the streetlights shine like small stars. He takes a sip of warm tea and turns the page. Everything feels calm. But then, suddenly, click. The lights go off. The room goes dark. The refrigerator stops humming. The fan stops turning. For a moment, there's only silence. Alex blinks. Oh, he says softly. Then he laughs quietly. Okay, no panic. Probably a power cut. He looks around, trying to remember where he left his phone. He finds it on the table, turns on the flashlight, and a small circle of light fills the room. Better, he whispers, checking the situation. He walks to the window and looks outside. The whole street is dark. No lights anywhere. Okay, he says. It's not just my apartment. It's the whole building. He hears footsteps outside, someone walking in the hallway. Then a gentle knock on his door. Knock, knock. He opens it slowly. It's Mrs. Carter, holding a small candle. Oh, Alex, are your lights out too? Yes, he says. Everything went dark a few minutes ago. She sighs. Must be a power cut. It happens sometimes. Alex nods. Do you think it will come back soon? Maybe. Usually, it's only for a short while. She smiles gently. You okay? Alex smiles back. Yes, I'm fine. Thank you for checking. She says, I have some extra candles if you need. Alex replies, that's kind of you, but I have a flashlight. Thank you. Small kindness. Simple English. Big comfort. Meeting at the hallway. A few other neighbors come out of their apartments, holding candles and phone lights. Tom is there too. Hey, power's gone everywhere, he says. Alex nods. Yeah, I saw. Hope it's back soon. Someone says, the main switch might have tripped. Maybe we should check the basement. Tom looks at Alex. Want to come with me? Sure, Alex says. They walk down the stairs slowly, lights moving in the dark like little stars. It's quiet, only footsteps and whispers. At the basement door, they find the main power box. Tom checks it carefully. Looks like a fuse problem. We should wait for the building electrician. Alex nods. Okay, let's tell the others. Staying calm together. Back upstairs, a few people are standing in the hall, talking softly. Mrs. Carter says, I have some candles if anyone needs. Ben from the picnic says, I've got a few flashlights. Someone else says, let's bring them to the stairway so it's not too dark. They all start helping each other. Soft light, soft voices, friendly teamwork. Alex holds his flashlight, lighting the stairs while others walk. He says softly, careful, take your time. Someone says, thanks, man. He smiles. No problem. Talking during the wait. After everything feels safe, people sit in the hall with candles. The light dances on the walls. Tom says, this feels like camping, doesn't it? Everyone laughs. Mrs. Carter says, yes, but without the mosquitoes. Laughter fills the hallway, warm and calm. Alex says softly, it's funny how silence brings people together. Tom nods. Yeah, sometimes when things stop working, we start talking. Alex looks around, people smiling, chatting, helping. A power cut doesn't feel scary anymore. It feels like a quiet evening with friends. Words for small emergencies. As they wait, Alex practices soft English expressions in his mind. Is everyone okay? Do you need any help? Be careful, it's dark. Don't worry, it will be fine. I think the power will come back soon. He whispers them quietly to remember. Each sentence feels calm, gentle, human. The lights return. Suddenly, click. The lights come back. Bright and warm. Everyone cheers softly. Yay! Alex laughs. Well, that was fast. Mrs. Carter smiles. See? I told you. Tom says, crisis over. Everyone starts going back to their apartments, smiling and waving goodnight. Good night, everyone, Alex says. Good night, Alex, they reply. A lesson in calm. Back inside, Alex turns off his flashlight. He sits down, looking at the bright light above him. He feels peaceful. He says softly, when something goes wrong, stay calm. Speak kindly. Help others. That's real communication. He writes in his notebook. Today there was a power cut. I stayed calm and helped my neighbors. We talked and laughed in the dark. Kind words are more powerful than electricity. He smiles as he writes that last line. Then he adds another. Good communication doesn't mean perfect grammar. It means a kind heart. He closes the notebook and whispers, "Good night, world. You always have lessons to teach." It's the next morning after the power cut. Sunlight pours through the window. The world feels fresh, calm, clean, and bright. Alex stretches, yawns, and walks to the kitchen. He makes a cup of tea, humming quietly. As he sits down, he notices something under his door. It's a small white envelope. No name on it. No stamp. Just simple handwriting, for you. He picks it up, smiling curiously. For me? Who could that be from? He opens it carefully. Inside, there's a short handwritten note. It says, Dear neighbor, last night, when the lights went out, I was a little scared. But your calm voice helped me feel safe. Thank you for lighting the whole way and for your kind words. It reminded me that small kindness makes big difference. From someone on the 3rd floor. Alex reads it twice. Then again. He smiles softly, feeling warmth spread through his chest. Wow, he whispers. Someone took time to write this. He sits quietly, looking at the words again. They're not perfect English, but they're honest. And that makes them beautiful. Simple words, deep feelings. Alex holds the letter in his hand and starts thinking. He remembers how everyone was helping each other last night, sharing light, talking, laughing. He realizes that real communication doesn't need big words. It just needs real feelings. He says softly to himself, Good communication is not about big vocabulary. It's about a big heart. He decides to reply. So he takes a piece of paper and begins to write. Dear neighbor, thank you for your lovely message. I'm happy that my small help made you feel safe. I also felt calm because of everyone's kindness. You reminded me that neighbors can be like family. Have a great day, Alex, from apartment 4B. He folds the paper and smiles. Let's keep the kindness moving, he says quietly. Language of emotion. Later, as Alex walks down the hall to slide his letter under each door, since he doesn't know who wrote it, he thinks about how we express emotions in English. He says softly, like a teacher to himself. We can say, that means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. That was very kind of you. You made my day. I'll never forget that. These are simple, but full of feeling. He repeats them slowly, practicing pronunciation clear, warm, honest. That means a lot to me. You made my day. I really appreciate it. Each line feels alive. Each one carries a gentle rhythm of gratitude. The surprise visitor. In the afternoon, there's a soft knock on the door. Knock, knock. Alex opens it, and there she is. A young woman with short brown hair, holding a letter in her hand and a shy smile on her face. Hi, she says softly. I'm the one from the 3rd floor. Alex smiles warmly. The mystery neighbor. She laughs. Yes, my name's Emma. Nice to meet you, Emma. Thank you for the letter. It was beautiful. She blushes slightly. I just wanted to say thank you in person. You helped me stay calm last night. Alex smiles. You helped me too, actually. Everyone did. It felt nice, like we were a small community. She nods. Yes, it's strange. Sometimes, darkness helps us see better. They both laugh softly at that line. Connecting through stories. They sit in the small shared garden behind the building. The air smells of fresh grass and sunlight. They talk for a long time about the city, the weather, moving in, favorite food. Alex says, I moved here a few weeks ago. Everything still feels new. Emma smiles. I've lived here for a year, but I still get lost sometimes. Alex laughs. Then we can get lost together. She laughs too. Deal. Their laughter feels easy, like they've known each other for years. Then Alex says softly, You know, I used to think my English had to be perfect before I could make friends. But now I think just being kind is enough. Emma nods. Exactly. People don't remember your grammar. They remember your tone, how you make them feel. For a moment, they sit in silence, just smiling at the warm afternoon, talking about feelings naturally. After Emma leaves, Alex sits outside for a while, thinking about how to express emotions clearly in English. He starts practicing in a soft voice. I feel happy today. That message really touched me. It was kind of her to write that. I'm thankful for good people around me. I feel lucky to be here. He closes his eyes and repeats them slowly, not just as words, but as feelings. He realizes something. When he speaks with emotion, his English becomes smoother. He doesn't have to think so hard. He just has to feel the words. Voice of gratitude. That evening, he records a short voice note for his parents back home. Hey Mom, Dad. I had an interesting day. There was a power cut last night, and today I got a letter from a kind neighbor. It reminded me of you, how you always say, be kind, no matter where you are. So I tried that. And it worked. People are kind everywhere if you give them a chance. He pauses, smiling. Don't worry, I'm fine here. I'm learning new things every day, not just English, but how to feel at home anywhere. He sends the message and sits quietly, feeling proud. It's a sunny Saturday morning. The smell of fresh toast fills the kitchen. Alex is having breakfast, warm bread, a little butter, and a hot cup of tea. He looks out the window and smiles. The neighborhood feels alive, people walking, kids playing, dogs barking softly. It's one of those mornings that makes you feel lucky to be alive. As he finishes his tea, he hears a voice from the hallway. It's Mrs. Carter, the kind elderly neighbor from next door. She sounds a little worried. Oh dear, my grocery bag just fell. Alex quickly opens the door. He sees Mrs. Carter standing with a few apples rolling across the floor. He smiles warmly. Oh, let me help you with that. She laughs softly. Oh, thank you, Alex. My hands are not what they used to be. He kneels down, picks up the apples one by one, and puts them back in her bag. There you go, he says gently. You're very kind, she says. Alex replies, no problem at all. I'm happy to help. Language of politeness and offering help. As they walk toward her door, Alex naturally uses polite English expressions that sound friendly and respectful. He says, Can I give you a hand? Would you like me to carry that for you? It's no trouble at all. Mrs. Carter smiles. You're such a polite young man. Alex laughs softly. My parents taught me well. When they reach her apartment, she says, Would you like some tea as a thank you? Alex smiles kindly but says, That's very kind, but I just had some. Maybe later? She nods. All right, dear. Thank you again. As he walks back to his apartment, Alex thinks, sometimes being polite is not about words, it's about attitude. Helping hands around the building. Later that day, Alex sees a delivery man at the main door, struggling with a big box. He walks over and says, Hi there, need a hand with that? The man smiles, a bit tired. Yes, please. It's heavier than it looks. They carry it together up the stairs. When they finish, the man says, Thank you so much. Alex replies, no worries, happy to help. Simple, warm, human. Emma passes by and sees them. She smiles and says, you're helping everyone today. Alex laughs. Maybe it's my new weekend hobby. She chuckles. Well, it looks good on you. They both laugh. The beauty of giving. That evening, Alex sits by his window again, watching the sunset. He remembers how his day started, helping, talking, sharing small smiles. He realizes something. Every time he helped someone, he felt lighter inside. He says softly, when we help others, we also help ourselves. Because kindness is like sunlight, it shines both ways. He takes his notebook and writes, today I helped my neighbor and a delivery man. I used polite English and simple words. But what I really learned is, helping feels like speaking from the heart. He pauses, then adds, politeness is a bridge between strangers. Useful phrases for helping politely. Alex practices a few helpful English phrases out loud, slowly and clearly. Can I help you? Would you like me to carry that for you? Let me open the door for you. Do you need a hand? It's no problem at all. I'm happy to help. That's very kind of you. You're welcome. Then he switches to polite ways to accept help. Oh, thank you. That's very kind. Yes, please, that would be great. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. That's so thoughtful of you. You're a lifesaver. He smiles as he repeats them. They feel natural now, like small tools for kindness. Small acts, big meaning. The next morning, Alex sees Ben, the musician neighbor, sitting near the stairs with a broken guitar strap. He looks frustrated. Alex walks over. Hey, need help? Ben sighs. Yeah, this strap keeps breaking. I don't have a spare. Alex thinks for a second. Wait, I think I have some strong tape in my kitchen. It might fix it for now. Ben grins. That would be amazing. A few minutes later, they fix it together. Ben strums the guitar and smiles. Hey, it works. Thanks, man. Alex laughs. No problem, just call me the emergency repair guy. Ben chuckles. I owe you one. Alex says warmly. You don't owe me anything. Just keep playing your music, that's the real gift. Speaking with warmth and respect. That evening, Alex meets Emma again in the garden. She brings a small plate of homemade cookies. These are for you, she says. A thank you for being such a good neighbor. Alex smiles, touched. Oh, thank you. You didn't have to. She replies, I wanted to. You've helped everyone lately. Alex takes one cookie, tastes it, and his eyes light up. Wow, these are amazing. Emma laughs. Good. Then I'll make more next week. He says, you're too kind. I'll bring the tea next time. Their friendship feels simple and real, built from politeness, not perfection. Reflection and lesson. That night, Alex sits by the window again. He looks at the stars and thinks about all the people he met since moving here. He whispers softly, politeness is like music. You don't have to speak perfectly, you just have to speak kindly. He opens his notebook and writes, helping words in English are not just grammar, they are feelings. They show care, respect, and connection. He reads the line out loud, slowly and clearly for practice. When I help others, I feel at home. Then he repeats softly. When I help others, I feel at home. It's a quiet Tuesday morning. Alex is working from home, his laptop open, a cup of coffee beside him. He's focused, typing slowly, enjoying the calm. Then thump. A loud sound echoes from upstairs. Then another. And another. He frowns slightly. What's going on up there? For a few minutes, it continues, banging, footsteps, something heavy dropping. He sighs. Okay, maybe some renovation. But after another loud crash, he loses patience. He walks to his door, steps into the hallway, and looks up toward the ceiling. Too noisy, he says softly. He decides to go upstairs and talk to whoever is making the noise. The first misunderstanding. When he reaches the next floor, he sees Emma at her door, holding a small hammer and some picture frames. She's standing on a chair, trying to hang one on the wall. Emma, he says, surprised. She jumps slightly. Oh, Alex. You scared me. He laughs awkwardly. Sorry. I didn't mean to. There was a lot of noise. Emma blinks. Oh, you heard that? He nods. Yeah, I thought someone was dropping furniture. She looks embarrassed. Oh no, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize it was that loud. Alex smiles quickly. It's okay. I should have guessed it was you. They both laugh softly. But Alex notices her face. She looks guilty. He says kindly, don't worry. You didn't do anything wrong. I just came to check if everything was okay. She nods. Everything's fine. I was just trying to hang some photos. Alex chuckles. Well, the wall definitely noticed. She laughs again, relaxing. Words for apologizing naturally. Emma says softly, I'm really sorry for the noise. I didn't mean to disturb you. Alex replies warmly, It's totally fine. Don't worry about it. Then she says, I should have warned you before I started hammering. He shakes his head. No need. I overreacted a bit too. It's no big deal. Then she smiles. You're kind. Thank you for understanding. Alex smiles back. That's what neighbors are for. Simple, polite, and honest. That's how good English works. How to say sorry politely and mean it. As they talk, Alex thinks about how people apologize in English. He remembers. Sorry isn't just one word, it's a feeling. He explains gently to himself, as if teaching the viewer. When you make a small mistake, you can say, I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to. I didn't realize. My mistake. Sorry for the trouble. And when someone apologizes to you, you can say, That's okay. Don't worry about it. It's no problem. No harm done. I understand. He repeats them slowly, imagining he's speaking to his listeners. Each phrase feels gentle, calm, real, full of respect. When small things become big. Later that afternoon, Alex gets a message on his phone from Mrs. Carter. Dear Alex, I hope you're well. Could you please keep your music a little lower? I have a small headache today. Alex blinks. Music? He hasn't played any. He listens carefully, and then he realizes, it's Ben. He's playing guitar again, and the sound is echoing through Alex's floor. But Mrs. Carter thinks it's him. He sighs softly. Oh no. Another misunderstanding. He walks to her door and knocks gently. Hi, Mrs. Carter. I just got your message. I think the sound is actually coming from upstairs, Ben's guitar. She looks surprised. Oh dear. I'm so sorry, Alex. I didn't know. He smiles kindly. It's okay. No worries at all. She says softly, I should have checked first. He replies, no problem. I'll ask Ben to play a bit softer. She nods, relieved. You're such a nice young man. Alex laughs. Just lucky to have good neighbors. Talking to Ben calmly. He walks upstairs and knocks on Ben's door. Ben opens it, guitar in hand. Hey, Alex. What's up? Alex smiles. Hey, man. Your music sounds great, but maybe a little softer? Mrs. Carter's not feeling well. Ben nods instantly. Oh, of course. Sorry about that. I didn't realize it was so loud. Alex says kindly, no worries. You weren't doing anything wrong. Ben grins. I'll switch to headphones. Thanks for telling me politely. Alex smiles. Thanks for understanding. He walks back to his apartment, feeling peaceful. 3 people. 3 small misunderstandings. All solved with soft voices and kind words. Reflection. The art of calm communication. That evening, Alex writes in his notebook. Today I learned something important. When something goes wrong, you can choose your tone. You can fight or you can connect. When you speak softly, problems shrink. He adds another line. Saying sorry doesn't make you weak. It makes you strong enough to care. He reads it again out loud, practicing pronunciation, slowly and clearly. Saying sorry doesn't make you weak. It makes you kind. He repeats it again with emotion. It makes you kind. Practice time for the listener. Now it's your turn to practice. Repeat these simple but powerful English sentences after me slowly and clearly. I'm sorry about that. I didn't mean to. That was my mistake. Sorry for the trouble. No worries, it's fine. Don't worry about it. I understand. Thanks for being patient. Let's forget it and move on. Now, take a deep breath and say softly, when I speak kindly, I make peace. A quiet evening of understanding. Later that night, the building feels peaceful again. No noise, no tension, only soft city sounds and warm light through the windows. Alex sits by the window, holding a small cup of tea. He smiles and whispers, we all make mistakes, but good communication helps us fix them. He looks out at the city lights and adds, language is not just for speaking. It's for healing. He closes his eyes, breathing slowly. His English isn't perfect, but his heart is full of meaning, and that's what makes it beautiful. It's Saturday again. The morning sun paints the walls golden. Alex opens his window and smiles. He can hear laughter outside, a mix of voices and clinking dishes. Something's happening in the garden below. He looks down and sees a small group of neighbors setting up a table, colorful plates, flowers, and a big banner that says, Congratulations, Ben. Alex blinks. Oh? Ben? What's going on? He walks downstairs, curious. Ben is standing there, smiling shyly, holding his guitar. Emma waves at Alex. Hey, come join us. Alex smiles. Sure. What's the occasion? Ben laughs softly. Well, my band just released our first song online. Everyone cheers quietly. Wow, that's amazing. Mrs. Carter says, you see, all those nights of practice were worth it. Ben grins. Yes, thank you for not complaining about the noise. Everyone laughs. Learning to celebrate others in English. Alex smiles and says warmly, Congratulations, Ben. That's wonderful news. Ben nods, smiling. Thank you, man. Alex adds, you've worked hard for this. You deserve it. Emma says cheerfully, we should play the song. Ben blushes. Oh no, not now. Mrs. Carter says, oh yes, right now. Everyone laughs. Ben finally agrees, picks up his guitar and starts playing the song. It's soft, emotional, full of hope. Alex listens carefully, smiling, his eyes shining. When the song ends, everyone claps. Bravo, says Mrs. Carter. That was beautiful, says Emma. Alex says quietly, that song touched my heart. Ben smiles shyly. Really? Alex nods. Yes. Music like that doesn't just enter your ears, it enters your heart. Speaking with compliments and encouragement. Later, as everyone shares cake and tea, Alex practices using kind and natural compliments in English. He says to Ben, you have a really warm voice. Your song feels honest. I loved your lyrics, very real. Ben smiles, looking proud but humble. Thanks, man. That means a lot. Then Alex turns to Emma, who helped decorate the garden. He says, you did a great job with the decorations. Everything looks beautiful. Emma laughs. Thanks. I love little details. He nods. It shows. You have a good eye for beauty. She smiles softly. Mrs. Carter walks by with a tray of cookies. Alex says kindly, Mrs. Carter, these cookies are amazing as always. She laughs. Flattery will get you more cookies. Everyone laughs again, easy, natural, warm. The language of joy. As the celebration continues, Alex thinks about how we express happiness in English. He says softly, "When you want to share joy, you can say, 'Congratulations. That's wonderful. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. That's great news. I'm proud of you." He pauses, then adds, "And when someone congratulates you, you can reply, 'Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That means a lot. I couldn't have done it without your support.'" He practices each one slowly, with feeling so it sounds human, not robotic. A moment of connection. As the afternoon light softens, Emma brings out a small box. Inside, there's a cake with chocolate writing, "To New Beginnings." Everyone claps again. Alex asks, "New beginnings?" Emma smiles. "Yes, not just for Ben, but for all of us. New friends, new memories." Ben nods. "This building used to feel quiet. Now it feels alive." Mrs. Carter says, "You young people brought life to it again." Alex smiles. "And you brought kindness to it." They all laugh and raise their teacups. Cheers to that. The joy of gratitude. That night, when everyone goes home, Alex sits near his window again. He can still hear faint laughter from the garden. He whispers to himself, "Celebration is not only for big things. It's for every small good moment." He thinks of the words he heard that day: congratulations, compliments, thank yous. All simple, all powerful. He writes in his notebook, "Today I learned to celebrate others in English." Saying, "Well done," or "I'm proud of you," can make someone's day. Kind words are free, but they're worth everything. He smiles and adds, "And maybe that's the secret to happiness, to notice, to think, to celebrate." Practice time for the listener. Now let's practice together, soft, clear, and full of emotion. Repeat these lines slowly. Congratulations. That's wonderful news. I'm so happy for you. You deserve it. I'm proud of you. That was amazing. You did a great job. That means a lot to me. Thank you for saying that. Now say this softly. Happiness grows when we share it. A warm evening reflection. As the sun sets and the city lights begin to glow, Alex places his notebook on the desk and looks out the window. He sees Ben walking home with his guitar, Emma waving goodbye, and Mrs. Carter carrying her tray back inside. He whispers, "This building isn't just made of bricks and walls. It's made of voices, laughter, and good words." He smiles, feeling proud. Moving to a new apartment was not just about finding a new home, it was about finding a new family. It's Sunday evening. The sky is gray. Raindrops fall softly on the window. Alex is sitting by the table with a cup of tea, listening to the sound of rain. The weekend party is over, and the apartment feels peaceful again. He takes a deep breath and smiles, but then a message pops up on his phone. "Hey Alex, are you home? Can I come over for a bit?" Emma. He types back quickly. "Of course, come anytime." 10 minutes later, there's a gentle knock on the door. When Alex opens it, Emma stands there, her eyes a little red, her smile small but tired. "Hey," she says quietly. "Hey," Alex answers softly. "Come in." Emma sits down on the sofa, still holding her wet umbrella. Alex offers her a towel and says kindly, "Here, dry yourself. You look cold." She nods, thanks. They sit for a moment, silent, listening to the rain. Finally, she sighs. I had a hard day." Alex leans forward, speaking gently. "Do you want to talk about it?" She looks down. "It's just my job. I tried really hard on a project, but my boss didn't like it. He said it wasn't good enough." Her voice shakes a little. Alex nods slowly, listening carefully, not interrupting, not judging. He says quietly, "I'm sorry you had a rough day. That must feel really disappointing." She looks at him, surprised by his calm tone. Yeah, it really does. The power of listening in English. When someone feels sad, you don't need perfect words. You just need to listen to make space for their feelings. Alex remembers something Mrs. Carter once told him. Sometimes silence is also kindness. So he listens. No advice, no big solutions. Just soft presence. After a while, he says gently, I know how it feels when your hard work isn't noticed. But you know what? One bad comment doesn't define you. You're still the same talented person you were yesterday. Emma smiles faintly. Thanks, Alex. I needed to hear that. He nods. You've done so much good work. Don't let one opinion make you forget that. Comforting phrases to show care. When comforting someone, your voice should be soft, slow, and sincere. Alex practices this naturally as he talks. It's okay to feel sad. I'm here for you. You're not alone. You did your best, that's what matters. You'll get through this. Take your time. You're stronger than you think. He says them slowly with care. Because in English, comfort is not only in words, but also in tone. Emma looks up, tears in her eyes, but smiling now. You really have a peaceful way of talking, Alex. He smiles softly. Maybe because I know how it feels. When I first moved here, I felt lonely too. But people listened to me. It helped. She nods. Yeah, it really helps just to talk. The warmth of encouragement. Alex stands up and goes to the kitchen. He makes hot chocolate and hands her a cup. Here, he says, smiling. Chocolate therapy. She laughs for the first time that night. Thanks, doctor. He says playfully. That'll be 5 cookies, please. They both laugh and the tension melts away. Sometimes, laughter is also a kind of medicine. Emma leans back, looking calmer now. You know, she says, I always thought my English wasn't good enough to express feelings like this. But now I realize it's not about big words. It's about honest ones. Alex nods. Exactly. When you speak from the heart, even simple English becomes beautiful. She smiles. I'll remember that. Teaching moment, how to encourage someone in simple English. Let's pause and practice what Alex just did in slow, clear sentences. Don't give up. I believe in you. You're doing great. Mistakes are part of learning. Tomorrow will be better. You're not alone. You've got this. Now repeat softly with feeling. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. Good. That's how you speak with empathy, calm, caring, human. The gift of kind words. Later that night, Emma gets ready to leave. The rain has stopped. She stands at the door and says, Thanks for listening, Alex. I really feel better. He smiles gently. Anytime. My door is always open. She looks touched. Not everyone listens like that. You have a good heart. He nods, smiling quietly. So do you. Just remember that. She waves goodbye, and as she walks away, Alex watches her disappear into the soft mist outside. He whispers, Sometimes being kind costs nothing, but it changes everything. Reflection and practice for the listener. Now, let's think together. When someone tells you they're sad, try saying, I understand. That sounds really hard. Would you like to talk about it? I'm here if you need me. You're doing your best. These sentences are small, but powerful. They help you build trust, friendship, and care in English and in life. Later that night, Alex writes in his notebook again. Today I learned that kindness is also a language. It doesn't need perfect grammar or long words. It only needs a soft voice and an open heart. He closes the notebook and smiles. Outside, the rain has stopped. A few stars peek through the clouds. The city feels peaceful again, warm, calm, and kind. The next morning is bright, fresh, and full of light. Sunlight slips through the curtains and dances across the table. Alex wakes up early, feeling rested and calm. He stretches, walks to the window, and smiles. Outside, the sky is painted with gold. He takes a deep breath and whispers, "Good morning, world." The air feels different today, lighter somehow. He makes coffee, sits near the window, and opens his small notebook, the one he writes in every night. He flips through the pages. First day in the new apartment. Meeting Mrs. Green. Getting lost in the neighborhood. Celebrating Ben's song. Comforting Emma. He smiles as he reads each line. So much has changed, not just around him, but inside him. Suddenly, there's a knock at the door. Knock, knock. He smiles. I wonder who it is this time. He opens the door, and there they are, Emma, Ben, Mrs. Carter, and even little Mia from upstairs, all holding something in their hands. Emma grins. Good morning, Alex. Surprise. Alex laughs. What's this? Mrs. Carter says, we decided it's time for something special. Ben holds up a small paper sign that says, Welcome home, Alex. Alex blinks, speechless for a moment. You did this for me? Emma nods. Of course. You're part of this place now. We wanted you to know that. The language of gratitude and emotion. Alex's voice is soft when he says, I don't know what to say. Thank you, everyone. Really. Mrs. Carter smiles. You can just say thank you with a big smile. That's enough. He laughs through the warmth in his eyes. Thank you. You guys are amazing. Ben grins. No, you're amazing. You made this place feel like home for all of us. Alex looks around the table, the faces, the smell of fresh muffins, the sunlight filling the room. He feels a lump in his throat. When I first moved here, I felt so alone, he says softly. But now, I feel like I've found something more than an apartment. I've found friends. A family. Emma smiles warmly. That's because you gave something first, your kindness. They all sit down together, sharing breakfast and laughter. Ben tells funny stories about his music gigs. Mrs. Carter shares her secret cookie recipe, and Mia shows her new school drawings. Alex listens, laughs, and joins in easily, his English flowing naturally now, full of confidence and emotion. He doesn't even notice how fluent he's become. He just speaks freely and warmly. That's the magic moment, when English stops being something you study and becomes something you live. A small speech from the heart. After breakfast, Ben asks, Hey, Alex, say something. A short speech, you're the guest of honor today. Everyone laughs and claps. Yes, speech. Speech. Alex blushes a little, but stands up, smiling shyly. He takes a deep breath. Okay, I'll try. When I first moved here, I was nervous. Everything felt new, the building, the city, even the sounds outside. But slowly, I met all of you. You taught me that home is not only about walls or rooms. It's about people. It's about small smiles, kind words, and shared moments. You also helped me grow in English, not by teaching me, but by talking to me, by listening, by sharing life. Now, I can say this with confidence. I'm not just learning English anymore. I'm living in it. Everyone claps warmly. Mrs. Carter wipes a tear and says, That was lovely. Emma nods. You see? You've become one of us. Realization, what home really means. Later, after everyone leaves, Alex walks slowly around the apartment. The room is no longer empty. It's full of small things, plants, photos, books, memories. He whispers, When I came here, I was learning English to survive. Now I speak to connect, to share, to love. He smiles gently. And maybe, that's what home really is, the place where your words belong. He looks out the window again. The sunlight falls on his face. He closes his eyes for a moment, feeling peace, deep, calm, and real. Practice time, speaking from the heart. Let's practice together, slowly and softly, emotional English you can use in real life. Repeat after me. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate your kindness. I feel grateful for everything I have. This place feels like home. I'm happy to have you in my life. Home is where you feel understood. Now say this one with feeling. Sometimes, home is not a place. It's people. Good. That's English spoken from the heart. The final words in his notebook. That night, before sleeping, Alex opens his notebook again. He writes slowly. When I arrived, I spoke English with fear. Now, I speak English with feeling. When I arrived, I lived alone. Now, I live with connection. He smiles, closes the notebook, and whispers. This story began with boxes and silence, and ended with laughter and love. The room is quiet, but not empty anymore. It's filled with warmth, stories, and the soft heartbeat of belonging. It's been 3 months since Alex moved into his new apartment. The walls are no longer empty. They're full of life, photos, drawings, small gifts, and memories that speak louder than words. On the windowsill, his small plant has grown taller. He touches its leaves and smiles. We've both grown, haven't we? He whispers softly. He looks around the room, the warm light on the table, the sound of laughter outside in the hallway, the smell of coffee drifting from the kitchen downstairs. It all feels familiar now. This place, once silent and strange, has become a home. Not because of furniture or paint or perfect decoration, but because of the people, the voices, the conversations, the shared moments. A quiet morning of gratitude. Alex makes his coffee and sits down with his notebook, the same notebook that has followed him since the first day. He opens it to a blank page and writes, "Today I feel thankful. For my home, my friends, my words. For every hello, every mistake, every moment of courage." He pauses and smiles, thinking back. He remembers the first time he spoke to Mrs. Green at the door. The day he got lost and met the shopkeeper. The evening when the whole building gathered to celebrate Ben's music. The night Emma came crying and he learned how to listen with care. And the morning when everyone surprised him with the welcome home sign. He laughs softly. So many moments. So many lessons. From words to feelings. When Alex first arrived, English was something he had to think about. He had to remember grammar, pronunciation, structure. But now it flows naturally like music. He speaks slowly, clearly, full of emotion. Not because his English is perfect, but because it's real. Because it comes from experience, not just study. He looks up from his notebook and says softly to himself, "Learning English wasn't just about words. It was about understanding life. It was about connection. It was about learning to express who I am." He takes a deep breath and smiles. And that's something no book can fully teach. Teaching moment, the language of reflection. Let's pause for a moment, my friend, and practice together. These are soft, natural sentences to express reflection and gratitude in English. Repeat slowly after me. I've learned so much from my experiences. I'm thankful for every lesson. Even small steps matter. Every person I meet teaches me something. I've changed, and I'm proud of that. My English is not perfect, but it's honest. I feel confident when I speak now. Now, say this with feeling. Language is not just grammar, it's connection. Good. That's the kind of English that comes from the heart, calm, slow, and full of real meaning. A walk through the neighborhood one last time. Later that afternoon, Alex takes a walk around the neighborhood. The sun is warm, and the streets are alive with weekend sounds, children playing, music from a cafe, a dog barking softly somewhere. He walks past the grocery store where he first asked for directions. The shopkeeper waves. "Hello, Alex." He waves back. "Hello. How are you today?" He walks by the park where he once sat alone. Now he sees Emma and Ben sitting on a bench, laughing and sharing fries. They wave him over. Ben says, "We're thinking of organizing another neighborhood event. You in?" Alex laughs. "Of course. I'll bring cookies." Emma smiles. "You're officially one of us now." And as they sit together, the sun shining through the trees, Alex feels it, that quiet peace that comes when you realize you are exactly where you belong. Speaking about belonging in simple English, here are some ways to express that same feeling in natural spoken English. I feel like I belong here. This place feels like home now. I'm happy with where I am. I've made good friends. Life feels peaceful. I'm thankful for everything. Now say softly, home is not a place, it's a feeling. The evening light of understanding. That evening, as the sun sets, Alex sits by his window once again, just like the first day he moved in. But this time, the room is not empty. The air feels full of life, laughter, and quiet joy. He looks outside. The sky is orange and pink, and the city lights begin to sparkle below. He whispers to himself, "I came here with boxes and fear, and now I have stories and peace." He picks up his notebook and writes the final lines. "I didn't just move to a new apartment. I moved into a new chapter of life. I didn't just learn English. I learned how to live in it." He smiles. The light fades slowly, and everything feels calm. And now, my friend, I want to speak directly to you, the listener, the learner, the dreamer. Maybe you, too, are on your own journey. Maybe you're learning English because you want a new life, a better job, or to speak confidently with others. Or maybe you just want to feel connected, to understand and to be understood. Wherever you are, remember this. You don't need perfect words. You just need honest ones. Every sentence you say, every small conversation, every mistake, they all build your story, just like Alex's. So speak with courage. Listen with care. Live your English, not from books, but from life. Because when you speak from your heart, your words will always find a home. You know, learning English is a bit like moving to a new home. At first, everything feels strange. You don't know where things belong. You make mistakes. You forget words. But slowly, you start to understand. You start to feel comfortable. You start to belong. Every word you learn is like putting a small picture on the wall. Every sentence you speak is like opening a new window. And one day, without even noticing, you realize this language has become your home too. So, my friend, don't rush. Speak slowly. Listen deeply. And let English become part of your everyday life, naturally, gently, beautifully. This was Super English Talks, where English lives in stories. If you enjoyed this journey, stay with me. We'll keep exploring one story, one feeling, and one new word at a time.